Okay, so I am Rosario Juan. I am 34 years old. I founded Commune in 2013. Now there are three of us operating the business. I am very active in operations, marketing, and coffee education. I've actually been in the coffee industry for almost half my life. Even when I was still in university, I would intern for a local coffee company. My first job was as a communications officer in that coffee company, and then I even managed coffee shops in Shanghai for a couple of years. So I was always immersed in that industry. But when I got involved in the business, I started getting really interested in the intricacies of coffee, really the training of like the preparation. And then when I got to learn more about working with the farmers, even the processing at the farm level and all that. So it became sort of like a very geeky kind of thing that I was getting so engrossed in, right? And that's how I got into it. The fact that I was working in a coffee company, and later on, really, the dream was to have my own coffee shop.
My name is Sir. That's my real name. To make it short, because I have a long name. And I'm 26 years old. I am a barista here and I do production roasting. I started 4 years ago when I met a roaster. He is based on Olongapo City. He let me try a coffee from Nicaragua. And I was very fascinated about that coffee. Tapos yun, doon na nag-start yung journey ko to specialty coffee or third wave coffee shops. By the third wave is more focusing on the quality of the coffee versus the quantity. Kaya for us, a third wave coffee barista, parang sobrang focus namin sa quality ng coffee. From the origin, the process, of how we do it, how we roast it. Parang yun yung parang pinaka-main core kung ano yung para sa amin what's third wave coffee shop is. And siguro the service type, like this one, sa shop, you can see us working with the coffee, talking to the guest, talking what they want to their coffee, or if it's, kung hindi naman about coffee, parang we're talking a house ready, parang nakikita namin kung medyo good mood ba or bad mood yung guest. Parang yung customer attachment between the barista or the service, medyo intact ng konti. Versus the second wave na take orders, tapos done, and you will serve with your coffee. Sa amin medyo may touch yung sa bawat customers.
They say that third wave coffee started several years ago. It depends per country, but they say the first wave is after the war, where there was a large popularity of canned coffees, and then they used that for drip coffee, for the automatic drip coffee machines. So you have like Folgers, Sanka, Hills Brothers, and that's how people took their brewed coffee. The second wave would be the chains. So you have Starbucks, Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf, Gloria Jeans, and all these other chains that proliferated in many cities across the world, and then they popularized espresso-based drinks, and of course the ice-blended ones, and all different variants of coffee. So the third wave was coffee sort of going back to its roots and really being very meticulous about the whole process. So a lot of the third wave cafes are owned and operated by the owners, and then the owners themselves are very active in sourcing the coffee, roasting the coffee, and even the preparation is more meticulous. The quality of the coffee is of utmost importance, and it's really giving a lot of attention to every part of the process and making sure that you come up with a quality cup of coffee.
Kami parang kung hanggat kaya namin na makumuha ng quality coffee. Sa specialty coffee, meron siyang grading system. Parang the grading is from 80 points to 100. Pag pumasok ka doon, they call it specialty coffee. And in order to have a good specialty coffee, you need good quality farmers. Tapos how they process their coffee.
So in Commune, we only serve coffee that's grown in the Philippines. And there's a lot of work to be done to ensure consistent, good quality of coffee. So that's what we like to do, working with the farmers and really helping train them and let them know how they can improve the quality of the coffee. And likewise, we promote it to the consumers that, hey, we do have excellent coffee that grows in the Philippines. So you have to search for the really good coffee, try it out, and patronize it. We actually work closely with the Philippine Coffee Board. So they've been around for like, I believe, close to 15 years. And they do work directly with farmers in helping them access technology and knowledge about how to upgrade their farm skills and also the processing skills. So there is a community there. That the community be more connected with the retailers is one of the goals, and that everyone, just it's supply and demand. So when you create the demand for good Philippine coffee, then the farmers will also be convinced that, will take the extra steps in providing quality coffee, and they'll know they get better prices for it. So it's a whole process. It may not happen in 5 years, maybe it happens in 10, but at least we're starting to lay the groundwork for that. We also opened at a very interesting time in the coffee industry. It was when the third wave cafes were starting to pop up finally in the Philippines. I've been to a couple third wave coffee shops in the US, in Singapore, also in some parts of Europe. And Melbourne, even way back in mid 2000s, would already have a lot of the little coffee shops. No? So finally in 2013, we were like the second or the third wave cafe that opened up. And what was interesting was that it was not just a coffee shop. It was a coffee shop that gave so much importance to the quality of the product, but also the overall concept, the ambience, and the design. And so when we opened in 2013, and we had the same large windows, we got a lot of attention because what is this place? It looks cozy, and so what's happening here, right? And people would come in, and it was more than just ordering coffee. We also tried to educate, and then you realize that sometimes customers don't pay attention really to the difference between a latte and a cappuccino, right? But we had a big blackboard where we had the explanation of how different is an espresso, a latte, a cappuccino from a mocha from each other, and it became all very interactive.
Actually, halos lahat kami na specialty coffee shops may struggle. Kasi first, yung pag-introduce ng specialty coffee scene or a third wave scene sa Philippines. Kasi syempre, Filipinos more, parang mas strong coffee, bold yung taste, versus the third wave shop na we're focusing on the quality. Parang we get all the flavors we can to a coffee. Some of the specialty coffees, yung taste niya, may fruit taste, flower taste, na hindi ganong familiar yung mga Filipinos. Ayun yung parang isa sa mga naging challenges para introduce yung specialty coffees. Actually ngayon, medyo behind tayo from other countries. So at least 5 years, especially on Singapore and Hong Kong. Pero now, parang nag-advance tayo. Hindi lang yung company namin. Sure, yung ibang companies, nag-step up din sila. Kasi yung mga owners, naging well-traveled sila. Nakita nila yung scene sa ibang bansa.
It's not so much doing well right away, but getting there. There's also a lot to be discussed when you say specialty coffee. I mean, there's so much intricacies also that goes with the term. But if we're just talking about the coffee industry in general, just that people are starting to be more conscious about the coffee they consume, that's a good thing. People wanting to learn more about what they're drinking, that suddenly you're thinking, okay, beyond the drink, before it was in my cup, what happened to it? Who were the people behind it? That consciousness is very interesting. And even among the coffee professionals, it's like leveling up the profession. Being a barista is not just another job anymore, it's a career. there's a lot of passion that I see in our baristas on how they like to learn and share knowledge amongst each other and how to level up their learning and how they challenge themselves. So it's good times. I see it growing. The demand for coffee as a beverage and for cafes really just is growing by leaps and bounds. And it's not just in Manila. I mean, in Manila, in 2013, you had 3 to 5 coffee shops in Makati and maybe a couple in QC, right? Now, it's all over Manila. And then you see it now in different cities around the Philippines. Davao, Cebu, Iloilo, Bacolod, all have amazing coffee scenes now. So that's a good thing. That these cafes start serving Philippine coffee would be an even better thing. So I really think we're, on our way there to be up to speed with life. The likes of Australia and San Francisco.
Yun, sa mga Pinas, parang yung loyalty sa specialty. Kasi yun nga, hindi naman lahat ng tao parang okay sa specialty. Parang syempre, they're going back to the norm. Pero sometimes, parang mas okay naman siya ng iba naman. Parang get out of the box and try other things.
Keep drinking good coffee. And I stress good coffee. Yeah, I think, just drink coffee. Don't waste your coffee. There's so much hard work that gets into that cup. And really there's so much to learn about coffee. It's an interesting thing, even just as a habit. Try to, deepen your appreciation for what you're drinking. And get involved. There are a lot of activities, a lot of classes happening in the different cafes. Also here in Commune, we do that. And then the coffee board organizes some farm tours. So, participate in the industry. We're always open to new people and support Philippine coffee. Because I think who else will support it other than us? And then when the Filipinos start supporting it and bringing it to all the places they go to, then maybe the world will soon be coming for it.